Alright, so I'm flowing through life. It seems like the only way to save yourself, the only way to protect yourself is to know thyself. And I don't know if this comes from, growing up in a specific environment, and being raised in an aggressive environment, surrounded by a lot of chaos. But I realized as a young black man that it was very hard for me to stay away from the ignorance. I remember I said in one of my longer videos, my mama considered me bougie. I lived in the city. I wasn't rich, but it was like how you not rich but you bougie. And I know learning who I am and what triggers me and what I can tolerate. These things actually matter. To your spirit, these things matter. So there's a lot of personally, they'll say, I like to break things down. So personally, I feel like there's a lot of things going on in my life right now that aren't matching my true energy. A lot of stuff that's going on right now where it's just a couple weeks ago, just a couple days ago, I felt like this. My energy was like this. Something changed. I don't like to be so harsh. Like I said, I take a look at myself more than I take a look at anything else. But I do take a look at what's in my life and what isn't working. It's okay to say something isn't working. I have to really stop feeling bad, for not caring. That was I feel like the nonchalant is deeper than what people make it seem like. Because I care. I I just don't care the way you want me to care. And we go back to this this connection between man and woman, and not realizing the connections in which we express ourselves in our love patterns, they're completely different. We still talking. I just saw a dog talking to another dog on the outside of the yard. But it takes so much, and you think it's small when it's something that can really make or break your relationship. And that's what I'm saying. I know it's stuff that I'll never get over. That being nonchalant is coming from, majority of the time, I remember it's coming from a place of hurt. I remember growing up and, having to act like my feelings weren't hurt. You know what I mean? Or too afraid to show that my feelings were hurt. That goes down. So we want to talk about men being nonchalant and not expressing their feelings. That's a lot of that came from women just dragging us through the mud at a young age. I don't know about nobody else, but I was called hella ugly. I was called hella dark, midnight, burnt sausage. That was saying and then we can go into the parental abuse that was going on. You shaving your kid head bald in the wintertime is abuse. With a razor at that. With no cream. That's definitely abuse. And I understand that there's a lot of things that could be categorized as such. So it's I try to make sure I do my due diligence and I do what I'm supposed to do when it comes to my parenting. So then I'm not feeling like I'm giving my child any form of abuse, especially not physical, but mainly mental and emotional. I want to be able to talk to my child. I want them to be able to express all of their concerns to me without a blink of an eye. I just want them to know that dad comes with solutions. That's all. Dad comes with solutions. So all that is abuse. I just wanted to make sure that I was on the better side of it. You know what I mean? Especially growing up in kind of trauma. But anyways, I feel like it's interesting that I'm learning about myself that the peace, you know what I'm saying? My peace is different. And like, this has nothing to do with the kids, but like nowadays, like, I don't even really care, to use my thing. Like, I got kids, so it's just like, I already got the responsibilities, but then it's like, when you gotta add other adults, so this is probably the hard part. When you gotta add in other adults that you don't feel like are doing what they're supposed to do, and you kind of gotta, you kind of gotta wing it. This goes into, why in the hell were you fucking that? Like, why were you sleeping with them? It was things that you didn't like all throughout the relationship. Like, what was the big deal? And make you think. It makes me mad at myself.